Welcome to episode 57 of the AA Travel Talk Show, a podcast of the AA Canada Marketing Group and ehCanadaTravel.com. How you doing there, Junior?
I'm doing pretty awesome there, bro. Did you say episode 57?
I did there, Sir Colin. I did. It's big 5-7.
That is unbelievable.
Considering we were hoping on a 20-show season due to COVID, we're going strong and getting better. So congratulations to you and to our loyal fans who watch us tonight, tomorrow, and in the next couple of years once this hits the airwaves.
Yes, we welcome everybody. Thanks for showing up.
The A Travel Talk Show is beamed down from us from our own Cobro satellite every Tuesday, 7 p.m. right here to our base camp in beautiful Adventure, Canada. This is a live show, so you know what? Blank happens, like the internet
all
drops
the time
off. So do not. Here's our little advice, because it's live and it's just one of those shows. You know, it's a Canadian thing. We're going to explain ourselves. If the internet does die, do not change the channel. Nope, don't do it. Don't touch that dial. Sit on that remote control. Keep your dial on the A Travel Talk Show. Do yourself a favor, because this is going to be a Canadian show with some Costa Rican flavor. Yeah.
Our new little friend from Costa Rica.
We got it. We're bringing a little flavor to the show. We're going outside the borders. Yep, we are. Tonight, we're talking tourism partnerships, horseback riding style, giddy up and go as a partnership. Our special guest, Jorge Sauma of Sabanero Horse Ventures in Costa Rica, and from Canada, our very own second time on the show, Glenn Stewart, who runs the Canada Costa Rica Horsemanship Adventures. But hold on.
Oh, there's more.
No, there's not more, but we're not going to bring them on for a bit, because we got to get a little bit of our airtime, because we know once we do bring them on, it's going to be crazy times here. I mean, I don't know about you. I know one Costa Rican, and they're pretty cool people, fun, and a little bit crazy.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I think so. They're going to fit right in on this show. I'll tell you that right now. Every day we edge closer to June 15th, when the government is going to announce new travel rules and restrictions.
Big day.
A lot of us here at tourism are waiting for the big day already, though. Already we're sort of seeing the news coming up to the fruition here, where we're easing and tightening of our travel restrictions here in Canada. In fact, Newfoundland and Labrador are hinting at opening travel to all Canadians on July 1st. Did you know that?
I did not.
I know. But here's the thing. Just like this whole COVID fiasco, there's about 80,000 different messages we got to dilute to figure out how this travel is going to all pan out, because we're hearing in PI they're not going to do it until September. So if you're going to have this hodgepodge, let's hope, then we've got all the middle provinces. If they start doing like that, some are going to open now, we're not going to be able to go across Canada, dude. And that's how we make a living.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to keep pretty positive about it, and I think everybody's going to come together once they see things start to relax, and everybody's pretty excited about it. And I mean, I think the worst is over, dude.
Excellent. That's why you're on the show. You're getting paid the big bucks, because you're the positive voice in this little duo. You're getting that big paycheck because you're the one that brings that little happy face to this show. We're very, that's the awesome part about it. So let me tell you a little bit about what's going to happen this tourism season. We're going to find out on June 15th if can we save this summer tourism season? Because and I know, Cole, we got a lot of friends out there that are having a little bit of issues with how everything's rolling out. And then the other thing is, what are we going to do about that international tourism issue? Some countries are in, some aren't. We got tourism visas. We don't have tourism visas. We got vaccine visas, but you can only use it between 9 and 5 o'clock on Tuesday with all these little things that they've got going on, right? So that's the interesting part. But before we bring on our guest, Jorge and Mr. Glenn Stewart, my name is Greg Gerard. This little brother beside me is the keeper of the code, the brainchild of technology, Colin Gerard. Together, we are dubbed the Brothers of Tourism, and proudly so, would you say they're called?
I would. I love the name, but it works good for me.
Yep. We operate an international award-winning website, top global travel blog, and are very active on 6 social media channels, although Facebook is the big boy in our world because that's where all the tourism businesses are advertising. That's where a majority of tourism businesses is the one social media that is consistent across the country. So that's where we're going to voice our word, and that's where we're going to do our best to promote tourism in Canada, and in this case, to Costa Rica.
So follow us there.
Yes.
Facebook. Follow.
Tonight, we are talking giddy up cowboy, giddy up cowgirl, Canadian style in Costa Rica. We are trying something new. Yep. Because we're like that, Call. We push the envelope. That's what we do here at the Canadian Travel Talk Show. What we are going to do is we're going to share a story about a tourism partnership of 2 tourism businesses from 2 different countries working together. We believe Canada partnerships with other countries' tourism business is just part of the whole tourism picture, because not only, and I'm sure our guest here, Jorge, will back us up, when we go to other countries, if you're a good person and you're respectful of their environments and their communities, they're going to hear about Canada and they're going to want to come here. So that is how this all works. Everything has a domino effect. Everything affects everything. Us going there promotes tourism. Them coming here promotes tourism. So I'll tell you what, I can guarantee you at the end of this show, Junior and I are going to be trying to schmooze our guest Jorge for some sort of deal to get our asses over to Costa Rica. So that's just going to be have to try to figure out something there, how we're going to do that. So I don't know what's his favorite food. We'll send it to him. We'll figure out something. We might even have to send him a hat. I mean, if he comes that cheap, we'll send him a hat. Yeah. Right?
I don't think he's going to go that cheap there, dude.
No? Oh.
He looked pretty stern there in our pre-interview.
Was he giving you the eye too? Was he giving you the eye too? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just joking, Jorge.
Yeah, we are.
You're awesome.
You are. So tonight we get to talk with Jorge of Sabanero Horse Ventures operating. And I'll tell you right now, I bet you I can't say that very quickly. Sabanero Horse Ventures operating in Costa Rica. And our guest, Glenn Stewart, who runs the Glenn Stewart Costa Rica Horsemanship Adventures. Glenn also has what's called the Horse Ranch. And if you were, I think you were on the show 2-3 weeks ago, by all means, we're going to flog that little website up during the show. So make sure you check that out. So let me tell you a little bit about our friend Jorge. Sabanero Horse Ventures is owned and operated by Jorge. He's the big cheese on the totem pole, who is a local horseman whose extensive knowledge and connections will get you deep inside. So he doesn't just take you to, there. He takes you to what we like to go to, call back country wilderness areas, right? And on his little, when I was doing my little investigative Sherlock Holmes reporting on Jorge, I found out too that he likes to go into these backcountry wilderness, and he'll take you to some exclusive parts of Costa Rica. Yes. Not the tourism trap Costa Rica. No. Because we have those too, Jorge. We have Canadian tourism traps too. And we're also very big on getting away from those. So Jorge is going to give us a little insight on those exclusive parts of Costa Rica, which then, based on his website, has some pretty sweet accommodations along the trips that he takes people to. So then again, you get to ride a horse, you get to stay in some comfort, and you get some drop dead scenery. Don't see a lot of knocks against that there, Junior.
Take a look at his website. You'll fall in love and you'll want to go there. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. And like some of the ones like we were pointing out earlier, the turtle breeding.
Yep.
That would be anyone cool. Like to go, to see the turtles come off the beach and lay their eggs, or the babies go back in.
Hey,
we've all seen it.
We brought Jorge to tell us about that, not you.
Oh, I'm pretty excited.
You don't look like
I'm pretty excited about this Costa Rica thing.
Shut up. You're not supposed to tell us about that. Jorge tells us. Jorge's the man. Jorge, which brother you like now? I stuck up for you, buddy. He was trying to spoil your show. Look at this guy, right?
I'm going to have to work on Glenn then.
That brings us to Glenn. Glenn Stewart operates the Glenn Stewart Costa Rica Horsemanship Adventures, and every year he and Jorge hook up, and they have a group of Canadians that grab group of crazy Canucks and they take them over to Costa Rica, and then Jorge and Glenn entertain. So I think what we should do, let's bring the boys on the show, and they can help us out, Colin, with the rest of the documentary that we're holding tonight. So let's bring on let's bring on our guests, Mr. Glenn Stewart and Jorge Sauma.
Good evening, fellas.
Woo!
Go.
Good to have you boys on the show. Welcome to Canada virtually, Jorge. Thank you for coming and visiting us.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Excellent. So, Jorge, we got some good questions for you, and luckily I stopped the younger brother from spoiling your show, so we all know who your favorite is. Jorge and Glenn, please, maybe you can give us a little brief rundown to our viewers, a little bit about who you guys are, and maybe give a little background of your tourism businesses. And maybe, Jorge, you can start us off.
Yes, of course. Well, I have been in the tourism business for a few years. I'm a local Costa Rican, been in Costa Rica, always related to horses and all of that. Always been related to ranching because my family has always been involved in ranching in some way. And of course, horses are a big part of big family. I have 4 kids. Yes.
4 kids?
Yes, sir.
When do you have time to ride horses? What's that?
No TV in Costa Rica.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
That is the best thing I've heard in a long time. But they still have internet, right?
Yes.
There you go. We're good news. Hey, Glenn, so maybe you could give us a little background about yourself, please?
Well, I run around doing horsemanship clinics and camps and stuff here at the horse ranch, and I do these things called learning holiday adventures, and that's how me and Jorge hooked up. He gave me a call and asked if I'd like to bring some people to Costa Rica and go ride through the jungle and go ride down the beaches and go from resort to resort on horseback. And of course, I said absolutely yes. I'm ready to go right now. And so I couldn't book a ticket fast enough to get over there, so we've been doing it every winter for I think 6 winters or something. So yeah, I teach horsemanship and stuff, but Jorge and I hooked up and we've been having lots of fun ever since.
This is a horse story, eh, Col?
Oh, you gotta love it. I mean, how could you say no?
I know. I know Jorge phoned us too, Colin, but we didn't get the message. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it sounds like a good partnership. When's Jorge come to Canada, or has he already?
Oh, good question.
Oh, I have been in
Jorge
Canada. Yes. But I was supposed to go to Glenn's place like for 3 years. And then 1 year I couldn't do it, and then the pandemic came, and for 2 years. But I have been planning to go over Glenn's place for a few years. And I did visit Canada. Absolutely amazing place.
Nice.
Well, come on back, dude.
See Glenn perform at the Red Deer
main event. Yeah, the main event. Red Deer. Yeah, Red Deer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jorge
and one of the places that we stop and we go have supper and hang out there a couple of nights. Both of them come over to Canada and spent, what did you spend, 4 or 5 days there in Canada? Flew all the way from Costa Rica, come and hung out at that show and stuff. And then, so they've been, they would have been here already. There's him and his family were coming over to stay at the ranch here for a couple of weeks, but COVID slowed that down, but we're still planning it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right on.
That's very so.
After Red Deer, I went to Banff National Park. It was amazing.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
You ever been snowboarding, Jorge?
No. No, we didn't.
Come on out here. We'll take out snowboarding.
Yeah. Hey, Jorge, but in the Costa Rican history, I was reading somewhere that horseback riding is a big part of the Costa Rican history for your country in so many different ways. It was very informative. I read that until the late 1970s that because of the history of Costa Rica and that most families had horses for either pleasure, work, or just transportation in general out there, which is phenomenal. And they still use horses for primary transportation. So today, horseback riding for a tourist is a highlight in your country. Like this is is it one of the biggest tourism sectors in your country?
Well, I'm not sure if one of the biggest, but it's very common. Costa Rica, it has a lot of horse culture, of course, since always. Yeah. And we have also a very specific breed of horse. There is a very gated horse with high elevation. There's a lot of, culture, and everything goes around the horse in all these celebrations and parades and everything. The horse is involved in all of this, and it's a very traditional thing. To this horse parade where you get huge amounts of horses. It's like a party on horseback. More like a party on horseback.
It's like a horse party there.
Yes,
it is totally a horse party.
Glenn can tell you more about that horse party.
Yeah,
it's a horse
the best
party.
Parade I've ever seen was down there in Costa Rica, because we try to go to one every year because they celebrate their rodeos, or what we would call a rodeo, and they have a big horse parade, and literally this from wall to wall going down the street, like in a town. Wall to wall, there's horses, just a mass of horses, like blocks of horses, building to building, and you just kind of walk down through the horses like this, squeezing between the horses' bums and going along, and then the bars are open and the bands are playing music on the street, and they're just
nice.
I don't know how many thousands were that big one that we went to. How many thousand were on there?
It was about 3,000 registered. That paid the fee for the parade. Wow. So I think it was around 4,000, maybe 5,000, because a lot of guys don't pay. They just show up there.
Yep. So what makes Sabanero Horse Ventures so unique to Canadians visiting Costa Rica? From both of you, what makes it so special? Because it sure sounds like a special experience.
It is.
Go ahead, Jorge. I've got plenty to say. You go ahead and say what you believe there. I know what I.
Yeah, well, I think it's very unique because there's nothing else like it, in the country. That where you can get to be with a local person, that will take you to all these places and share all these, friendships and places. That I get to know because I live here, not because of because it's not popular for tourism, etc. So I think that's pretty. The whole the way we designed this trip, it's pretty unique, and it's been just getting better and better. Finding better places to stay, better places to ride. So I think it's hard to find something like this in other place in the country.
Okay. I'm in love with it already. How about you, Glenn? You have something to add?
Oh, yeah, I got something to add. So the horses are so you're not used to these horses. They're different horses than we might have in North America. So Jorge's got a string of horses that we come and ride. The saddles are different. So if you're looking for a learning holiday adventure and you want to expand your horsemanship stuff, but now you've got a local person that grew up in Costa Rica. He's got the horses. He knows the places to go. He takes us to a waterfall that I keep forgetting, Jorge, what it is. But the waterfall is the tallest waterfall in Central
America.
Central America, there it is. So it's the tallest water. So we go down there. It's in the middle of nowhere. You'd never find it on your own. You'd have to find a local to tell you how to get there. So we go down there with the horses that swim in the bottom of that waterfall. And then then everything's set up for us. The cooks are set up for us. Where we're going to be, everything. If the horses need to be moved from place to place, that's all taken care of. We go to Jorge's ranch and we hang out there for a couple of days, play with the horses, and we go to all these different resorts. Plus, we get to meet some of his friends, and they cook stuff for us, and we have swimming pools and swim up bars and beaches, and we go to 4 different resorts or something, and everything's done. Just show up. You just go there. So you can learn a little bit. You get fed 3 meals a day. You get to learn. Of course, you got to learn. If you like a little adventure, we're going to be going to the jungle, and you're seeing monkeys and going.
That's
really incredible. The trip is really incredible. It's not if you like learning, holiday, adventure, and Jorge takes care of us. We sneak in some extra things that aren't even on the deal. It's not part of the deal, but we end up sneaking in a few extra side trips.
You rebel, you rebel.
Sounds spectacular.
It's totally spectacular.
I mean, that's a one-of-a-kind adventure.
Yeah. Hey, Glenn. So maybe a little bit because of this this Costa Rica Canadian relationship, and you got your Costa Rica horsemanship adventure describes itself as educational, filled with adventure, and full of luxury. Maybe give us a real quick synopsis of what do you mean by educational when you come and visit Jorge.
Well, that's somewhat of my part of it. So I help people with their horses get ready for the horses, check out some, get their horsemanship skills a little better, a little stronger, and they get introduced to the horse that they're going to use for the trip. So I show them some stuff that I would show anybody anywhere, no matter where I'm at or what horse they're on. I would show them these things. So I teach them a little bit of horsemanship skills. They get to practice that for a couple of days at the ranch before we go anywhere, and then off we go. But I mean, even if I didn't say a word, you can't help but learn because they got, like I said, different rigging, different horses, different environment that you're riding in. You're on the beach, you're in the jungle, you're doing all these different things. So you can't help but learn. But I'm, supposed to help them learn more than just saying nothing. So I get in there and help organize all this stuff, and they can work on their skills. So, but there's plenty of holidaying and plenty of adventure and plenty of learning. It's really good.
I think we might even already sold a tour here. One of our viewers sent a message in, and she's saying, I understand Sabanero offers turtle hatching tours, so we're gonna have to bring that up because Colin spoiled it. So we're gonna have to bring it up now, Jorge. And then she also asked, what do you offer bird watching tours as well? So maybe you could tackle those 2 questions, Jorge.
Yes, of course. Well, the hatching of the turtles, it's something really, really spectacular to see. And, we get to see it because we ride Playa Corosalito is one of the beaches we ride through. And from December through April is the dry season in the North Pacific Peninsula. So that's where we do most of the tours is from December through April, and December and January specifically is where we get to see most of the turtles, especially in December. I'm sorry, we get to see the turtles hatching in Corosalito and also in San Miguel, which is the other beach we stay where we have the garden of the house is the ocean.
Oh.
So it's pretty cool house, right there, and in that beach you can also see turtles, and spectacular and really amazing in Costa Rica. Yes.
Yeah. Well, what about the
Costa Rica?
Yeah. What about the birding tours, buddy?
Well, I mean, there are many available in the areas we go. If you want to go, with the person that specialist in birds and or a guide specifically in that. But of course, we can just, we will find many places to do it. And of course, you will see a lot of birds. And I know quite a few. Yes.
Yeah, so. Okay. Suzanne Snyder, can't wait to go. Sounds like a fabulous. We might have sold you out already on the show. I don't know. Everyone says they're booking. Tanya Stewart, I love horses. They have an amazing ability to heal and connect while giving confidence to children suffering from trauma. There you go. There's another advantage of horses is they work very well for mental and physical healing. Do you find that too, Jorge?
I think so. Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Can do for that. Yeah.
Good. Okay. We'll keep those questions flowing in. We've got our high-end technical department here analyzing them all, and we'll try to pose Jorge while we got him here, because the Costa Rican Canadian connection is strong right now. So throw those questions out if you've got some there. Sonia says, awesome. Thanks for the great answer and cool possibilities for nature exploration. You're making some friends over here, Jorge. So
Sure. Yes.
Costa Rica's tourism sector pre-pandemic was estimated about $5 billion, or about 8.5% of the GDP. During the first 3 months, Jorge, of this year, which is typically, I believe that's your high season, is your first 3 months of the year.
Correct.
It was down like something like 76%. So it's sounding like it's exactly like it is here in Canada, where a lot of our adventure companies that are disconnected from the communities and offering these wild adventures, because most of the clients are from overseas, most are international, most are American. So it sounds like that you're having the same experience. So what steps has Sabanero Horse Ventures in Costa Rica, and of course you, Glenn, with your Costa Rica horsemanship adventure that you're holding with Jorge, what have you guys done to continue your successful story during this pandemic recovery? What are you guys sort of looking at here? Jorge?
Go ahead, Jorge. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, I think we're just kind of waiting for it to come back. We mentioned are right. I mean, the tourism went just to basically zero. But I think it's right now the airline, the flights are coming back in. Airlines are reopening routes to Costa Rica, and vaccination is going well. So I think we're just waiting and ready for it to start again. I'm really missing these trips.
Yeah. You and us both. We're sort of this January 5th or June 15th here in Canada is like D-Day for tourism. So we're sort of, in the same boat. We're itching to get going, right? We're all itching. Yes. There is going to be a tourism surge. I'm just hoping we're able to handle that. What about you, Glenn? You got anything to say on that?
Well, I same thing as Jorge, basically, as far as overseas travel, and like the government's got us hobbled in that department, so I'm waiting for that to get over. But it does sound like right now I think I can fly to Costa Rica right now. Just when I come home, I'd have to quarantine, but I think the law says I can go to Costa Rica right this minute. Sandy checked and she said, yeah, you can go to Costa Rica right now if you want. You just when you come back. So hopefully, because we in January our trip, so us Canadians can get out of the cold and head for Jorge's house and get hot and tanned, and so that's what we're hoping for in January. Hopefully that everything will be, well, I don't know if it'll be back to normal, but anyways, that would sure be nice. So that'd be the plan. So I'm doing the things that I can do, and me and Jorge are still in touch, and we're still planning on it, and we're going ahead like it's going to happen. And what we take 12 people maximum on these trips, and so we fill her up and head over there every year and go enjoy the Costa Rican weather. Something that because we talked about this before a little bit, but one thing that I found interesting, if you go to a beach that's there's a lot of people going to all the time, it's kind of like going to Canada. If you go to the forest in Canada and a lot of people are going to the same place, you won't see no wildlife.
Nope.
But some of the beaches that we go to with Jorge, the beaches are alive yet because they're pretty secluded. Like, I don't know. It seems to me, I don't know how you'd ever find them. I guess you could Google and look around, but we ride a horse over and we show up and there's this nice, beautiful, incredible beach and a handful of places along the way. So most of them that we go to, definitely some of them, you can tell that there's just not a whole lot of people go here ever because of the amount of activity on the beach, little crabs running around and stuff in the water, and it's still pretty untouched. Some of it pretty.
So are these the Samara, San Miguel, and Corazalito beaches, Jorge? Am I saying that right?
Yes, with Samara, Corosalito, San Miguel. Those are, yeah, we go through Puntislita, Corosalito, San Miguel, Bejuco, like 6 or 7 beaches.
Oh, we're losing you a bit there, Jorge. I think it was seven beaches there.
Once
6 or 7 towns and locations.
Yes, we do everything on the way.
Okay. So that's pretty cool. So maybe with this Costa Rican one that Jorge and Glenn, maybe you can, for one, fill in our listeners to what it entails. So we know it goes to some beaches and some waterfalls. And I think one of you mentioned that it stopped at some accommodations. Maybe give our viewers a little taste of what this, I believe it's a 10-day horsebacking riding adventure. Is that correct, Glenn?
Yep, 10-day riding adventure, which starts at Jorge, and he picks us up at the airport in Liberia. He picks us up in the airport, takes us to the ranch where there's a cook and stuff, and that's where the horses are, and we hang out there and play with horses for a couple of days, get used to the horses, get used to the different types of saddles, get everything adjusted for everybody. Yep. And then load the horses up. He's got a truck there. We put all the horses into the truck, take them over to close to that waterfall, and then we go down, way down in a valley, because it is the tallest waterfall. And we go way down to the bottom into those pools, and then we soak in the pool there and swim around for a while and enjoy the scenery, and then jump on the horses and ride for, it must be another couple hours, isn't it, Jorge?
Yes,
2 hours
that's a very nice ride in the woods, and nothing there but big trees and animals, and the river. We cross the river back and forth, and that's one of the nicest rides, I think. To me, that's in the woods, out of that water hole. It's pretty amazing ride.
And just so that they got an idea of the itinerary, so you ride for a day, you stay at an accommodation, you ride more for a day. Is that how it sort of works?
Yeah, usually, we spend a little bit more hours on the saddle, and we go more through the woods, and it's not too hot, and all of that. So we ride for maybe, we ride a little bit in the morning and then in the afternoon again. But then once we get to the ocean, we will time our rides depending on the tide also,
I love it.
And so, we want to have, we want the horses, we want the tide, but so we time it from one beach to the other one, and then we have the place, and then there's always there's always also time to
it sounds like a paradise, Col?
I was gonna say it sounds like paradise, exactly.
Yeah, Glenn, you got something to add?
You want to leave?
Well, we usually spend a couple days at each kind of resort or location. Couple days at the ranch, couple days at the next place, couple days at the next place. You get to hang out there, and you can just spend your time in the swimming pool or in the ocean, or laying but on the beach or whatever you want to do. Or you can go ride your horse, so they'll go do some little tours every day on the horse. You can ride on the beach with your horse. You can go. Jorge's got this one big lookout place. He takes people up there on the top of that. But yeah, it's kind of, there's horses there, and there is trips. But if you want to, like myself, I ride horses for a living, 7 days a week. So when I get there, I do my horse part, and basically you'll find me at the somewhere near the beach or in the pool. That's where
Okay. Jorge says the bar.
Well, that too. I didn't know if you could say that on TV. I would be close to the swim up bar.
Yeah. You don the old Speedo and go to the bar.
There's no holds bar on this show, Glenn. Come on.
Okay, well, I'm just.
I got trouble picturing Glenn in a Speedo, though.
Oh, come on.
Well, I'm having trouble with that one too. Thanks.
Well, we just lost half our viewers.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Good, man. Good. Jorge, one of the things we were sort of wanting to really know, and I don't know if you guys want to go there, but I don't know if it was a misprint, but when you guys are, how do I book it? And what am I looking at if I want to book this? Is it Canadian? Is it US dollars? What are we looking at to book this 10-day with Jorge and Glenn? So our visitors can go, because I've been flashing the website so they know that they can go there. Is that the best way to book with you guys, is go to the websites?
Yes, I think so. Or you can just send an email to my, the easiest way is to send me an email. And
okay.
You can also see all the information, and everything is on the webpage. But you send me an email and I will tell me you're interested, and I will get back to you, and that's it.
Okay. So for all of you viewers, I'm putting Jorge's email on the screen. So flood him. Crash the internet over there at his place. Flood him with orders. Book him solid. Everyone, you got his email now. We all want you to book him solid. Say
Let's
hi.
Crash his site.
Yeah. So Jorge, we're gonna put it up, and hopefully we can help and assist and get more people, more Canadians to come and enjoy your Costa Rican hospitality, which by the sounds of it, from what our friend here Glenn is saying, is pretty top notch. Eh, Glenn?
It's top notch for sure. It's Jorge's got things set up very nice, and you get to see things. Literally, there's no way I would ever try to, well, I shouldn't say ever, but I mean, it's just peaceful and relaxed. I just go over there, and it's everything's taken care of. And, I do my part. I do the horsemanship thing, but everything's taken care of. I know that there's 3 meals. I know we got a roof over our head. We're going to get to see this place and that place and that place. And we got lots of little variety on the side there. Like I said, there's a few things that we don't necessarily tell everybody about in the trip because it's not a for sure, but we like adventures. So we like sneaking up. Both Jorge and I, we like having some other little side things. So usually there's a few extra sprinkles on your, on your donut there.
Nice.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, I'm all into the sprinkles, more sprinkles on my donut thing, Call.
Well, I'm going to bring a shovel along, and I don't think I'll leave.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, we'll take
me to work.
We'll just take up permanent residence in Jorge's backyard. I don't think he'd mind.
You don't have to leave.
We'll just wait for Glenn every year. Yeah,
exactly. Just wait for him to come back.
Jump on the plane.
Sounds like paradise for sure.
That he should spend more time in Costa Rica. Like just tell your customers from January to March, you find me over there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll know when Glenn's gone, because we'll see some different stuff on social media, and we'll surprise Glenn. We'll pop out of the bush, call, "Hey, Glenn, how you doing?"
Yeah.
Let me tell you one story about. Well, I can tell you lots over there. Every year it's different. What are we doing? The 6 years now, Jorge?
Yes.
6 years? So every year there's something different that happens. So we go over there. We're over there, and I try to go a couple days early just so I can have some little extra beach time. Work on my tan, and so Jorge says, "Hey, we're gonna go out for supper. You want to go out for supper?" And he says, I've heard of this really good place that we can go for supper at. And I said, yeah, for sure. So he comes and picks us up, him and his wife, and we head over to this restaurant. We drive and to me it seems out in the woods. It seems like we're in the woods. And then we go down some dark street in this little tiny town. It seemed to me like it was a dirt road. I don't know. It seemed like it. There's a loose horse. I remember that, looking for some grass scrubs, walking down the street in the town. So we pull up to a building, and I have a hard time in most of those towns. I don't know why, but anyways, maybe it's do they have, I don't even know why, but anyways, I can't tell if it's a restaurant or if it's what it is. When I don't know if it's, anyway, we pull up to this place, a dark kind of street. There's a horse walking around. Jorge's, here it is. Here's the place. So, okay, I don't know. It doesn't look like, I can't tell. So we go we go in the door, we walk in around behind and go, holy cow, this is a nice little restaurant in here. It's like quite a nice place. and it's got a pool, and it's got rooms and stuff all the way around the pool. And I'm going, well, that's cool. I would have never known how to go through there, not even. So we go in there, we sit down. They come over, a guy comes and starts serving us food, and we ordered whatever, I can't remember. But I was eating, and I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. Like, I was like it wasn't just a meal. I was like, this is crazy good.
Nice.
This is as good as I've ever ate. And I'm just enjoying his food. And I told the waiter, I said, could you please tell the cook, I said, this is unbelievable food. I just can't believe how good it tastes.
Yep.
And he goes, oh, yes, I'll tell my dad, and I go, oh, it's his dad. Okay, so this is the son, and the dad's the cook, and that's interesting. And Jorge or Melissa or somebody, they say, go, this is Glenn Stewart. He's from Canada. He's an international horsemanship guy, whatever. And so the waiter, he goes, and he brought his sister over and introduced, and then he said, my dad will want to meet you. So he brings his dad over. But in the meantime, he goes, oh, I want to show you a photo album. So he brings his photo album over, and he opens up the photo album, and he's showing us all these pictures of the last 5 presidents of the United States. And in every picture, there's this guy standing there, and this guy that's standing there comes out of the kitchen that was cooking for us, and he comes up and introduces himself. Hello. And they
No way.
tell us that the cook that we were having serving us food is the personal chef for the last 5 presidents of the United States.
Are you serious?
Really?
Wow.
And then he got all those fresh ingredients from Costa Rica, and it was so amazing.
Yeah.
No, it was amazing.
So in this place, once you went back in the back, the guy cooking is the cooking for the last 5 presidents.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
he's retired.
and
retired from
what a story.
It was going to be closed because Bill Gates' pilot was coming down, and he wants the whole place for him. So
no way. Who was
yes,
coming?
Wow.
Who was coming down?
Bill Gates' pilot.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes and rents the whole place, and it's. Yeah,
it's a popular place to go. Are the locals interested just as much as visitors?
Well, I think the local Americans that live there will go to eat there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But mostly the in those towns there's a lot of Americans and Canadians and foreigners living there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the restaurant?
It's called Villa Divina.
Villa Divina.
Villa, like Villa, Villa.
Okay.
Divina, but he spells it like Deevena.
Okay. Right on.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Did everyone get that?
Next time in Costa Rica.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, now hey, do you think they deliver?
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe.
You'll know if you're getting close, because you'll see that horse looking for grass on the side of the street.
It's still there.
I think I'll just phone Bill Gates and pilot and tell him to pick us up a burger. I think I'll just cash in on a connection, call.
Can you believe
work
that?
on that? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? When you get out and do something different, get out and do some adventures. Every trip down there, I could tell you a different story of some crazy thing, completely unexpected, had no idea what was going to happen. And here we are. Like, I imagine you guys with your connections, you probably had a lot of chefs from the president chef cook for you, I imagine. But
all the time.
The first time.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, the president's way down the list from our list. I'll tell you.
That is
awesome.
really cool.
And I agree with you. That is one thing about when you meet good people like you and Jorge, you can see that connection. I mean, you're not only partnering up for a tourism adventure, but I can easily tell that you guys have become really good friends. And if anything on this show, I think that's the message I'd like to say is look what you can do when you partner up and get to know people and help each other out over our borders. You can put together some pretty amazing adventures. Right, gentlemen?
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So Jorge Sauma of Sabanero House Ventures in Costa Rica, and our guest again, Glenn Stewart, Costa Rica Horsemanship Adventures, also of the Horse Ranch on the internet. Sorry, Jorge, Glenn. Before we let you go, maybe we'll start with you, Jorge. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience before we put you back in that green room? And thank you very much for your time. Is there anything you'd like to bring up?
Well, no, I would like to thank you, all of you, and invite you all to come. Well, not of course you and all the people, to come and enjoy this spectacular adventure. It really is worth it.
Yep. And do we want to talk price, or do we want people just to go to you guys' internet?
Well, the price is there in the internet. It's $3,150. I mean dollars, $3,150.
Okay.
I think that's the price in the internet, and it's US dollars the price, and everything is included except the airfare, of course. And last two dinners at the beach. The rest is everything included.
7 days.
That's 10.
10 days. Wow.
10 days.
Come on, what a deal.
You think about that. You're horseback riding tropical beaches. You're going to these you saw the picture in the intro. We showed off that one resort with a pool overlooking the ocean to getting the double water.
It's a bucket list item for anybody.
Yeah. And you get fed. And of course, just hanging out with Jorge is $3,000. Come on. Come on. Just that itself.
Great deal.
Yeah, great deal.
Yeah.
Great. You should have that. Hang out with a Jorge thing. I'd charge more for that.
Hang out with Jorge.
Yeah, hang out with Jorge.
Even catchy.
Yes. Glenn, would you got anything you'd like?
Hang out with Jorge.
Hang out with
There
Jorge.
you go.
Woohoo!
Hang out with Jorge.
Yeah. Hashtag hang out with Jorge.
Hang out with Jorge. So Glenn, you got anything you'd like to add that maybe we should touch on here?
Well, it's a pleasure as always to come and hang out with you guys and have a visit. But like you said, it is a screaming good deal. $300 a day, basically.
I know that's stupid good.
And it's ridiculous. I went to Costa Rica like for a week. On the first time I was down there, I believe I went for a week by myself and just, I hung out on the beaches and paid my own meals, and I had my own room and all that stuff. Actually, not so true. I had a free room because I had a brother-in-law that had a place in Costa Rica. So I stayed in his place for free. And the rest of the stuff I just paid for myself, my meals and stuff like that was way beyond $300. And I didn't do much. I walked around the beaches and ate, had a couple of drinks. And go with Jorge's deal, it is by far a cheaper deal, and we've seen way more and experienced way more. So anyway, as far as value goes, it absolutely is there. And like I said, there's these other little side things that we sneak around and do a little bit here and there that sometimes happen. They're all stories in themselves that I could tell you about, but it's a very good trip. And,
we'll save that for the adult show.
Yes.
Trip of a lifetime, like me myself, like I was saying, and it's the turtle hatching has got to be. I mean, who doesn't want to see that? On a private beach.
Oh, I think that's awesome. And then right after that, we booked the Glenn Stewart show.
You betcha.
Kind of glad you guys finally got off the turtle breeding part, because we weren't doing turtle breeding, turtle hatching.
Yes. Yes. I think this tour, it's a smoking. I mean, we know tourism really well. That's a smoking deal, Jorge, and anyone who travels knows that's a smoking deal. And I would say just the Jorge factor, hang out with Jorge. I think that adds a big bonus to it. And then you got that cherry on the sundae, the Stetson cowboy guy, Glenn Stewart, hanging out too. I mean, that's a pretty smoking good deal, boys. Well done.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So thanks, guys, for coming on the show. Jorge, you got my email. We can always keep in touch. If you got something special, you give me a shout. We'll see what we can do. It's same with you, Glenn. We're always there, and we're interested to hear from you. And take care and continued best of luck to all of you guys. We're just going to talk a little bit and close out the show. And again, thank you for your time, Jorge and Glenn.
Pura vida.
Thanks.
Pura vida.
Yeah, thanks, Colin.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wow, that was pretty cool. Hey there, Junior.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I learned a ton.
Yeah. Now, how much I want to go to Costa Rica.
Yeah. And look, I even got one of their little beaches here on our screen with a little Jorge on his horse. You see that?
Oh, is that Jorge?
Well, it is in this. I'm going to say it is. It might not be.
It is now. Oh, it was awesome to talk to Jorge. Made a new friend from Costa Rica. I mean, that's.
I got a feeling we're going to meet him in person someday.
Yeah.
I got a strong feeling about this, and we're going to call it the Hangout with Jorge adventure. And we're going to market the heck out of it. And when it could become, he might even have to put it up on his website, Hangout with Jorge for $6,000. Yeah, I think I'd go, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you heard where he brings you. He brings you to the not so popular places that are all the best local secrets. I mean, you know, like we do, we know the best spots locally aren't where the tourists are going.
No, it's always the out of the way that a lot of people don't know about. And like you say, the locals give the best tours.
Yep. So during our show, everybody, thank you for everyone that has posed our questions. Sorry we didn't get to them all, but just so May Keeter says this sounds amazing. Carrie Horney saying amazing info, the hidden gems. What we'd like to do before we let you go is we have been posting Jorge's info online, his email, his website, and please follow Sabanero Horse Ventures on Facebook as well. We've also been putting up Glenn Stewart's information while Glenn was gracing us our stage, and at thehorseranch.com. You can look him up there. We also put up his email and some phone numbers. So you can contact either of these gentlemen. I would go with the Jorge Hangout with Jorge. So you can get a hold of him and he can brief you in on all his tours, and they just sound absolutely. We might have to make this the regular by showing some Canadian partnerships out there. So if you do have an interprovincial, international tourism partnership where we're working with other countries to promote tourism, we'd like to hear about it, because I think this is a great opportunity to work with our fellow tourism professionals around the world and share some of these unique adventures, which are not necessarily getting to other parts of the world. And it's shows like this, groundbreaking shows like this, Colin, that spread that word, right?
Yeah, and it might be pretty hard to find a guest which's got as good of a storyteller as Glenn.
I
mean, he's got the greatest stories, and
yep. And then you got, and I'm gonna say it again, hashtag hang out with Jorge.
I love it.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and on my Twitter account it's gonna be trending. Hang out with Jorge. It's gonna see it trending on the side. I think that's so cool, right?
Perfect.
Yeah. So tomorrow you'll find this interview with Jorge and Glenn on our award-winning live content travel website. Yes, it was voted the #1 best Canadian adventure travel planning website in Canada by Lux Life Tourism Award. And soon after, you also find this on our award-winning blog, which is ranked 23rd in the world for global travel bloggers recently. And you can find it on our social media, which is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Tumblr social media pages. And remember, everyone, stop the commissions. Book directly with our tourism websites, or you can use ehCanadaTravel.com, which is a referral website, which will get you directly to their website. The reason why you want to do this is we're going to stop sending 13 to 18% commissions to the big corporate greedy websites out there like Booking.com and Expedia. They're taking a chunk of your commission dollars, putting it in their bank account, and we never get to see it as a country, any country ever again. They never advertise supporting tourism. All they do is take. If you want to be a good tourism booker, a good traveler, then every time you book, you go directly to Jorge's website, bypass the third-party websites, let Jorge get all that money. Because you know what? If these Booking.coms get any more powerful, we're going to be in big trouble. And these Booking.coms, you're 13 to 18%. You're buying them mansions, you're buying them yachts, you're buying them vacation cottages and private islands. Book directly with tourism website. It buys new uniforms for your child's hockey team. It provides prizes at the child's raffle. It sponsors local events, and even more, it creates jobs. Bottom line, when you book direct, you're putting food and you're paying mortgages of hardworking tourism families who are struggling right now. Book direct. Do us all a favor. Book direct. So where you book does make a difference. Please book direct. Junior, you're going to close us out there, big guy, before I see. Oh, we got to hurry because Jorge's in the hooch. We got to get in that virtual agreement.
Oh, is it?
We got to cut him off. He's getting out of hand in there. So hold on. I'm going to give you that screen. You can close this puppy out there, bro.
Okay, we got next week's guest coming up. We got Susan Kavanaugh, director of Creative Planet Media. She's a tourism. You think I'd have that word down pat by now?
You think?
Tourism strategic planner and trend spotter. So join us next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. and learn a lot. Glad you joined us out tonight.